Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith's Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. You are watching my Craftmas series for 2024 all month long. During December, I will be bringing you DIYs, and this is a collab hosted by Shabby with Bling, Jody at Southern Seasons, and Up All Night DIY. This is the Gingerbread Mania collab. It's a can't sleep collaboration, and I will share more about that later. There will be a playlist linked down below and links to all of the hosts as well, but let's get into today's project. So I'll be using this stamp set here from Sweet November Stamps, I believe it is, and I will have the supplies linked down below so you can get a closer look at this stamp set. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm going to be using this to create a gingerbread sign. So excited to create this sign. So the first thing I need to do is stamp out the images, stamp out these cute gingerbread trains with the gingerbreads, and there's some mice in here. This is where you want mice to be, on cute stamped images. We've had some mice problem in our house this year, and it is not fun. So, yeah, I don't want to see mice other than in cute places, not in my house. Random sidetrack. So I am using VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Because I'm going to be doing some watercoloring later, this ink will not react with the water. I'm going to be using the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. They are my go-to coloring medium right now for my stamping. Here they are. So I do find that the watercolor pencils do react a little bit with the ink. They don't smudge it a lot, but I do notice it smudges it a little bit. But what I like to do is go back in with the Memento Tuxedo Black marker. It has two tips, a fine tip and then a brush tip. And I like to go over the details because when you are coloring with any medium, with Spectrum Noir markers or Copic markers, I like to use Spectrum Noir markers as well. Or I think any coloring medium. You sometimes lose the lines because the colors are darker than those lines, or maybe you go too close to the lines. And so I like to use that marker, or you can use any marker to bring those lines back out and make them more vibrant. So just going around them, and I don't show that because it is very time consuming, but I feel like it brings the stamped image back to life after you color it. So I'm just taking the pencil crayons, and just adding the color in, and then I'm going to go back in with the watercolor brush. I did go ahead and try out the gingerbread there just to see if it was the brown color that I wanted for the gingerbread. So the coloring process was quite time consuming, but it's really fun to just stamp the images out and color. And if you can't do it all in one go, you can come back to it later. So I colored this all up, and then I'm going to add in some puffy paint as well for the icing. So after the coloring was done, I added the puffy paint in, and you will see that in a little bit. And then, of course, I left it to dry, I think till the next day. And in the evening, when my kiddos were in bed, I came back and I did the outlining. And then I was able to cut it out. And then with the Memento Tuxedo Black ink pen, I used the brush tip to go around the edges so that you don't see the white. And then that just kind of finishes it up. You're not going to notice it when it's up on the wall, but that's especially nice to do when you are putting an image onto a card, because then you don't see those white lines. It just finishes it up. It's not necessary, but I like to do that. And I like how it looks, so that's just a tip for you. I love to see the coloring come together. I chose to do the traditional colors. I did red and green, and then I did add some fun colors for the presents, pink, purple, and then turquoise. The turquoise doesn't stand out too much, but now I am going back in with the watercolor brush, and I love this part. I think that it really just comes to life. And it is fun to see that watercolor effect just come in. And you can definitely just do this with normal watercolor pencils as well. I recently picked up a few packs of the Crayola watercolor pencils. You're not going to get as many colors, but this technique still would work great with that. I recently had some friends over that are not crafty, and I used the Crayola watercolor pencils, the basic watercolor pencils for them, and they had a lot of fun. It doesn't have to be a fancy supply. You can get similar results with simple supplies. But I love the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils because they match the Distress Oxide inks, and there's just such a variety of colors, and that's just really fun when you are a serious crafter or DIYer. Loving the Gingerbread collab. So if you are new here and coming from the collab, thank you so much for being here. Definitely stick around and subscribe. I would love to have you. I'm going to be sharing a few more DIYs this month, some gingerbread and some other fun DIY projects. And I also have a Christmas card series running on my channel now. I'm posting cards leading up to Christmas on Sundays, so you can definitely come back to check out Christmas cards. And here on my channel, I share card making, Bible journaling, DIY projects, and I recently started junk journaling. So I shared one project in Christmas in July, and I'm hoping to share some more junk journaling in the new year because I have some ideas. So I'm really, really excited about that. So stick around and subscribe. And as you can see, I am adding that puffy paint in, and then I do add some pops of color from scrapbook.com. I'm going to add red and add some green just to add some dimension, some icing, some fun effects. I think it would be really fun to put glossy accents over this too for another added effect to make it shiny. So after this was done, I definitely let it dry for a day or two. And then this is a Dollarama sign. I just pick up generic ones. I did a DIY with one of these last year. So this is one of their fall pieces. I just flip it over and put it back in. I love the wood border around it. And then this year, I chose to keep it brown. I painted the canvas area, the wood area, white for last year's DIY. I will link that up in the cards, and you can take a look at that if you're interested. It was a gingerbread themed sign as well, using the same Dollarama piece. So just placing the train where I want it, and then these are some ephemera pieces or little pieces from Tim Holtz. And he has candy canes and candies and then candy sticks. So I will have those linked down below as well. Just getting it in place. I didn't want this to be too crazy. I kept it pretty simple. I was experimenting here. Do I want to add more candies in? So I just want to say as well, sorry if the lighting is not super great here. I am experimenting with filming on the other side of my craft room for bigger projects like this. This particular sign does not fit on my craft desk, so I am looking into some lighting and a new tripod to go over top. So if the lighting is a little bit off, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, if I am doing more DIYs like this in the future, I can upgrade that lighting and get a better setup over here. But now I'm just using my hot glue gun to glue the train pieces down. And then I also decided to put one of the candy pieces in between the trains as the train link. Is that what you call it? The connector, the train connectors. The piece that holds the train together. I thought that would be really fun. It also brought in a little bit more of the green. And yeah, so this project is almost done, but we're just getting it done and rolling along. I love how it turned out. Let me know down below if you would leave it the way it is or if you would add anything to it. I think I do really like it. I will show you at the end where I put it and what it looks like as well. I'll show you a close-up and then a where it is hanging in my house. All fun and cozy. It's in my dining room / homeschool room. It's our homeschool room, so it has some like homeschool learning decor as well. So I have 4 kiddos and we homeschool them, so yeah, that's why it's in our dining room homeschool area. But a fun piece to switch up for the holiday season. Then I tried to experiment with the puffy paint again, and I was like, yeah, no, don't like this, so I end up wiping it away. But now that the train and all of the candy pieces are glued down, that's going to finish up this DIY, and I will show you the finished sign. And also, don't forget to check out the host channels. I will have them linked down below. And then don't forget to check out the playlist for all of the gingerbread DIYs. I'm definitely so excited to go check out the playlist because I love everything gingerbread, and I have some more gingerbread projects coming your way. So now I will share with you where it is in my house after the close-up, and that's going to finish up the video. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you join me here, and hopefully we can inspire you along the way. Bye for now.